Okay, Aaron.
Are you good? Alright, so what comes to mind when you guys think about mochi? I'm guessing it's probably mochi ice cream, the little toppings you put on in Yogurtland. But for me, mochi is not only that, but something more special. It's a family tradition that's been passed down for generations. So, by the end of this speech, I hope each one of you guys have a better appreciation of mochi when you eat it later in the future. So, let me tell you about my tradition. Mochi is a whole day event that usually takes 2 or 3 weeks before New Year's Day. And the purpose is to make mochi for mochi soup, kind of like how Daichi does for his tradition. So it usually starts early in the morning, we get it all set up, and we start cooking the rice. And while the rice is cooking, we usually have coffee, we have donuts, we just get to know each other because it's usually once a year, so we don't see our family for a whole year. So by the time when the rice is done cooking, we put it into this giant granite bowl that we get from Japan, and it weighs like 100, 200 pounds. It's massive. So for some reason, I don't know who decided to start this. We start poking it with sticks. And we usually get 10 or 12 people. It's really fun because the children get to poke it with sticks, the grandmas, like everyone gets involved. So we keep poking it until it gets to the general mochi shape, but it's still a bit grainy, so we have to pound it. So we have 3 or 4 giant mallets, and we start pounding it and pounding it. And usually there's some person that has hot water and like a rice scooper, and they just keep flipping it so that the wood doesn't stick. So we get the giant mochi and we put it on the table. We then get into the general mochi shapes, and then we flour it and package it and freeze it for New Year's Day. But we don't use all the mochi to package for New Year's Day. We take some of it and eat it throughout the day. So the way we usually eat it is kind of more on the savory side. So we usually have with natto, which is fermented bean paste. It tastes really bad. I wouldn't recommend eating it. And then sometimes we have red bean paste also. And then we also eat it with soy sauce. So I'm used to eating mochi that's more slimy. It's really hard to swallow. But the store-bought mochi is usually really sweet, really easy to swallow. So I think it's important for when people have store-bought mochi to understand its importance, the original texture, but I think it's also important to understand the future of it, because without store-bought mochi, or the mochi you have in everyday life, there wouldn't be the exposure mochi. Most people wouldn't even know about mochi. So at the end of the day, any type of mochi is better than none.